What's up, Weirdo? Shadetree Surgeon here. Just before this video starts, wanted to give you guys a quick reminder that the raffle for the Devil Tail Chopper is still going on as of right now. You know, we're pulling different names for different prizes early. We've got one more fishing trip to Florida to give away. We've already scheduled my man Reese to come down. He's literally coming down in a few days, ride motorcycles, party, and go on a deep sea fishing trip with us. It's going to be a freaking blast. We've got another fishing trip that has been won, and we got one more to give away. Now that's getting pulled early in about a week and a half, maybe less than a week, depending on when this video comes out. And then after that, we've still got to pull a winner for the 100 horsepower Sportster Tracker. And after that, we still got to pull a winner for the Devil Tail Chopper. So if you've been waiting to buy a ticket, now's the time, baby. Buy it now, because it's coming right up on the last few days of things getting pulled. Like, we still got, you know, over 30 days left in the raffle, but all the early prizes are getting pulled, so go ahead and grab one. And like I said, 100% of it's going to charity. I'm not keeping a single dime of this. None of it's going to line anybody's pockets. This is gambling for a good cause. This is bad people doing good things. Even if you don't get to, you know, come on vacation and leave on probation with Shadetree Army, at least you can feel good about what you did. Speaking of coming on vacation and leaving on probation, let's go back and hang out with our girl Sunbleached. I don't know when this video is starting or where it's ending, but right now it's starting at Gatorland. Because come on, man. Over here from England, she was like Disney World, you know, Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios. No, we're taking you to the only place that matters when you go to Florida, Gatorland. I think that's what everybody sees when they first see them. They just go, oh, they don't look real until they start moving.
We could go kayaking and get, like, you could touch them.
So when you came all the way from England, did you think you'd hold an alligator?
No.
Really? Come on, we weren't gonna let you get out of Florida without that.
Well, I'd be able to hold like a little lizard.
Have you caught one of the lizards outside? I'll catch you a lizard outside.
I keep going up and be like, oh, lizard.
No, I'll catch you a lizard.
Yeah, they're fast. You gotta be quick.
I hope you don't mind, the tape is kind of loose.
That's okay.
Now would be a horrible time for me to yell bang.
I get to hold his butt.
Don't be serious because he'll pee on you like this.
Don't make him pee on me.
That would actually be great if you did that. No, you can officially get your Florida citizenship now, Fern.
Oh, so I'll let you keep it.
Deal, dude.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. So I made a mistake once when I was younger. When I caught a snake, I didn't pay much attention in nature's classroom, and I thought that cottonmouths only came in black, like really, really dark black. That's not true. Some of them are just brown.
I thought cottonmouth was something you get when you smoke too much weed.
Are cottonmouths dangerous?
Yeah, they're super, super poisonous.
Yeah, right.
And I only found out after I caught the snake, was holding it, and a park ranger came over to me and goes, "What are you doing with that cottonmouth, boy?" And I said, "Well, now I don't know." Do you like that sound? Yeah. Feels like you're at Jurassic Park, right?
Hard humongous.
Good shot, Shay.
Oh God, not that one. That's
Ow, my man. You're from England. How often do you get to get this close?
Don't push her! Don't push her!
Oh my God.
Come on! Open! Open! Don't go any closer. Now, oh, you made it by the spread! Oh, eyeball shot! Here, hold this. Never mind, he's great.
See them long, white, beautiful things standing on top of something fat and scaly? It's an actual picture of me and some of my girlfriends. Just like that. So yeah, they just switch places too? Just like that.
Say hi, Ernie.
No, we don't know what's in it.
You should have big thumbs up that happens to us all the time.
Maybe don't shake it.
Yeah, here.
My stuff.
No, I need that. All right, give you this. I say hi, Shay.
Hi, Shay.
I'll say what's gonna happen here is I'll stick my key in, unlock the box. Besides tourists, what's the scariest thing we got in Florida?
New Yorkers.
We got Florida. Florida Shay, you're gonna stay there, okay? What you're gonna do is you'll take the phone, right?
I'm so glad that made me right now.
I'm just kidding, alright? Everybody give Shay a round of applause, guys.
This one's so much easier. I can just drop it on his face. Bud, you are having a hard time. You get it. Get it.
Oh, we got it.
Oh, good job.
The bird didn't even get off. He didn't yell at him though.
The guy just hopped over from one gator to the other.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Got it. Good job, Fern.
Yeah, good me. I want to give the little guy one.
No, don't give the little guy one. Don't reward mediocrity. Let me tell you what, here at Gatorland, we're having like a really great experience. So is Fern. She said it feels very American, very Floridian. I'll tell you, every single staff member we've met here has been like super into being here and having fun. Big Renaissance Festival vibes. Like everyone just really likes alligators. This sign is a perfect example of what the energy at Gatorland is like. So you ain't got this in England? The ceviche, it's so good.
Guess what ceviche is?
It's fish.
It looks like tofu in
Devin. And tell him he didn't get sick off those oysters.
I know, I think it's just because he's weak.
Don't touch chimichanga.
So you like it? You like ceviche? Alright, well all ceviche is not created equal, trust me. I'm not sure what day it is, but we know it's Fern's last day. It's sun-bleached last day here in America. We're sad for you to go too. It'd be a shame if anything happened where you had to stay. This is some Lethal Weapon stuff, man. This is like one more day till retirement. I'm too old for this shit, Riggs. One more day, one more motorcycle ride. That's all we need, one more motorcycle ride without you crashing because you have to be on a plane in a couple hours. On a bike that we put together in Tampa traffic with insane people. What's the worst that could happen? I don't believe in actualization. I don't believe in all that crap where if you say it, it comes true. Or maybe I do, and I just like to tempt the fates. One or the other. I'm still saying it out loud. Fine, you're doing great. I don't think there's any way you could crash. Not from here. We've made it almost halfway. Dude, I guess we ain't the only place that has dessert for breakfast.
I thought all you ate was beans.
Yeah. I thought you had baked beans for breakfast.
We fed you beans yesterday, though.
Yeah, I know.
Spanish food.
Yeah, fried beans. Last name is baked beans.
Do they have to be baked?
Yeah, there's a. Oh my god, honey. Like baked beans
Wow.
is a whole.
Oh, she
thing.
just honeyed me.
Dude, she just gave you a British version of a bless your heart.
I know.
No baked beans on my French toast. Oh, bless your heart.
The baked beans are orange.
What? No, they're
Yeah.
not. They're brown, and they go with barbecue.
Yeah, and their mascot is a dog. He's got the secret recipe. As always, Pickford's was freaking delicious, man. I don't know why every time we come in here, this place is empty. It really sucks because their food is awesome. The place is awesome. Hopefully it sticks around, but if it doesn't, at least you got to experience it this time.
Yeah.
And listen to this, you've only got like 7 or 8 more miles to go without wrecking. You think you can do that? It doesn't even seem hard. 8 miles without crashing? That doesn't seem hard at all. The last 8 miles you'll do here without crashing?
Stop saying it over and over.
So we're up here at the illustrious Jared Weems of Weem Motor Co. Up at his garage.
Weems, Josh.
Weems.
Weems. It has an S
Weems.
at the end.
Oh, okay. I thought that it was like you own the Motor Co. Like
I do
Weems
own
Motor
it.
Co.
I do own it.
You forgot
I love
the
it.
apostrophe.
Yeah, listen, I've told you this. I don't even know how many times. I love it. It's something that we have together.
Yeah.
You can call me Weem all day long.
Well, it's something that we have. It's something that you have that I don't have because I leave off the S. Anyway, if you're gonna visit Tampa and you're not gonna stop by and see Weem of Weems Motor Co. and you're from England, that's just ridiculous. Even though he's currently building a Harley. How is it building a Harley? Are you not having fun? He goes, yeah, I'm having fun, but I had to look at an exploded view, which it's got to be rare for you.
Yeah.
That was a one thing. I mean,
yeah, these Sportsters are weird. So, but I mean, it's coming out great. This
it looks again cleaner than anything. I wouldn't even say cleaner than anything I could build because that's just like is trying to compare something I don't even want to. But we were talking about how David Mann would basically paint bikes that were based on real bikes, but then customized to how he wanted them to look. And you'll see that this bike is obviously the counterpart in Doggone Hot Dogs. I just thought it was really interesting because he paints custom bikes based on other bikes. As I looked over here and I noticed that I have to be on purpose. Jared has left on the bungs for the fender on this instead of shaving them off, which also I love that. But you know, Harley front ends have always been made in Japan, so ever since they went to juice ones, I imagine. Well, maybe not like the old Duo glides or something like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know when they changed. It was probably AMF days.
Yeah.
When they were looking to.
Well, this is from the 60s, isn't it?
This is 75. This was the last, or actually, this was the very first year for left foot ship.
Ah, okay. Well, either way, I just thought it was very interesting that those were left on over here. And originally I thought it was just because it had the Japan and Jared wanted to leave that on to do a little thumb his nose at all the Harley guys and the Made in America stuff. Nope. But they are on in the painting. And I should have known better, because if they were off in the painting, I know Jared. Well, if they were off in the painting, they would have been off on this bike.
Something that really like bugged me about this painting that I had to do on the motorcycle, if you look at that front end, it has a Hurst Earhart caliper for a front brake, and it's mounted backwards. So
and that could have been on accident in the painting.
This motorcycle originally would have had the brake caliper on the left side, so they moved it to the right, so I had to invert the forks around. And then on top of that, because of the way that Hurst Earhart caliper is in the painting, I had to build a whole custom caliper mount. So normally your Hurst Earhart would look like that, so you have the nice little logo out. Well, I had to mount it so that the rear side was facing out, just like in the painting. So, talking about a lot of stuff. Yeah. But I mean, that's the
painting.
That's the attention to detail.
That's the attention to detail that you get here, and that's the only place you get that. So if anybody's wondering what it takes to build a motorcycle from a painting, if you're just like, yeah, just give it the same stance and slap a paint job on it, which plenty of people have done over the years. Plenty of people have recreated David Mann bikes, and probably some of them with an incredible amount of detail, I would say. I'd freaking bet dollars to donuts that nobody's done it to the level that you have. And you don't have to say anything. I'm gonna make that bet for you. Okay. And if anybody wants to freaking challenge me on that, I invite you to find Mr. Weem himself and you bring it up with him. Mr. Weem, yeah.
Not Mr. Weem.
Not Mr. Weems. You don't know who that guy is. Anyway, if you want to check out this build, this is going to be raffled off with 100% of the proceeds going to benefit autism charities. Is it an actual autism charity? Is there a name for it?
Yeah, so it's called TACA, the Autism Community in Action. They are a national autism resource for families, give resource classes, funding, all kinds of sort of things. But they're all across the nation, so you can actually find places in your state, in your local community that are going to provide those resources. So it's super cool to work with an organization that's that big of a level, but super cool to work with the Five Dirty Bikers who commissioned me to do this. So check out their podcast. I know, Josh, you've been on their podcast.
Oh yeah, no, before, great people. I'll go on again. I love listening to the sound of my own voice. Especially people ask me all the questions. It's great.
But yeah, you can find out all the details for the raffle, when it kicks off, when the unveiling of this motorcycle is all going to happen right on the Five Dirty Bikers website.
Well, I'll tell you, the best place to find out about it, even though I'm interrupting him as he's saying, is by subscribing to Jared Weem's channel. Because then you get to see all this stuff in action. You get to see, like I said, that speech you just got there. If you're not subscribed to Jared Weem's, what are you up to now?
Like 13,000.
13,000. So I know more than 13,000 people are going to watch this video. If this is the type of stuff, this attention to detail is what you want to see, this is the kind of stuff that you're missing by not being subscribed to Jared's channel. Check out Weems Motor Co. Get all the info there. I'll also have all the info down below. But subscribe to him. Like, is this not the kind of dedication that you want to support? Give me a break here, man. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work.
Cool.
It's the Pasta Rocket. Yeah, the Pasta Monster is a deity. The Pasta Rocket is a bike.
Die out like the FXR, then to fizzle out like the Green Goblin.
Don't sell the Green Goblin short. It could still die in a fiery death. It is leaking gas everywhere. And now it has leaves in it too, creating a real nice patina for your chrome down there.
Oh, love that.
The nicest part about building a custom bike is taking care of it and making sure it stays nice afterwards, right?
I parked in the garage.
Yeah, I could tell. We must have some birds in there. Alright, heading out today on the Pasta Rocket, the Douchecati, and of course, Willem Dafoe's The Green Goblin. Two V-twin machines of similar inconsistencies, but incredibly different design. I mean, you could really say that Ducati is the Italian Harley Davidson. Except it's not potatoes. It doesn't make potatoes. It's more like gnocchi or ganache. Or gnosis? I think that one's knowledge. Is gnosis fun Italian potato that you put in pesto sauce? or is that knowledge? I'm not really sure here. Der wills are mocked aside. Let's rock and roll, baby. We're riding my Italian Harley Davidson, which is a much less reliable version of an actual Harley Davidson. Up to Bert's Barracuda to see what they got going on for us today. Jay Lacey hasn't test rode any new bikes in a while, and she wants to see what the new 2024s, or is it 23s? I don't know. Whatever happens to be on the floor, she wants to check them out and see what's going on up there. And let me tell you what, man, Bert's Barracuda's always got a floor full of iron, and while Jay Lacey loves to jump on the new bikes, I always like just popping by and seeing what they got in the used selection. That's always kind of fun to see what people are traded in, because Bert's Barracuda and Bert's Black Widow, they will literally take almost anything on trade-in. I've seen boats, RVs, every kind of metric bike you can imagine, and almost nothing goes to auction. They sell it all there. So they got a lot of weird stuff on the floor sometimes. Not all the time, but most of the time. My man in the flops. Take it easy. That's a Florida outfit right there. Bandana, flip-flops, and short shorts. Come on, baby. That's how we do it in Florida. That's not how I do it. It's always funny when someone gets on me and goes like, you guys don't wear any gear. And these guys just like come down on us. These Atagat Nazis are just freaking jumping up my butt about it. And I'm like, yo, dude, me, the way I dress with gloves, a helmet, and my boots is like so over the top as far as gear is concerned in Florida that you can't blame me for being just somewhat like perplexed when people jump up my ass about this stuff, okay? Someone's like, why don't you wear any gear? I'm just there going like, what are you even talking about? As far as Florida's concerned, I wear so much more gear than most people do. I'm a man out there ripping ass in the flip-flop, dude. Just loving life. Loving life. I don't hate the guy, man. He's having his fun. And he just turned right up there. $10 says he's going to have an ice-cold free beer at Bert's. There's only one place a dude in Bermuda shorts on a fat bob with flip-flops is heading. That's Bert's to grab a free beer. It's about the crack of noon. He just rolled out of bed. Baby, it's time to start the day. All right. Let's see what old Bert's Barracuda's got in store for us today. Well, always good time hanging out at Bert's. And we were going to do some test rides, but we're only going to do test rides with my man Mike Branch. And Uncle Bo Gator was busy selling motorcycles, so that's a good problem to have. We're going to let him do that. We'll come back tomorrow. Now, don't let that stop you. You could certainly do a test ride with anybody here, but we're awful loyal to my man Bogator. All right, in this room full of shining, beautiful Harley Davidson and the shining, beautiful bald head of Mike Branch, everything is chrome over here. Even the employees. Mike Branch called me up because he knew they had something in here that would catch my eye, and even though I absolutely love Harley Davidsons and all these shiny chrome vehicles make me super happy, he knew exactly what I was looking for today. Yeah, take the M109, dude. This thing is freaking hot over here. We're going on a little metric cruise. They just took in this M109R. The thing's got like 1,200 miles on it, dude.
Super low miles.
Oh yeah, dude, it's fast as hell too. I'm going on something a little more low CCs, but still pretty new. You know, you're gonna have to just ignore the giant loop, gross giant loop map thing up there. That's not indicative of how old the bike is. It's 2019 DR650, man, and it's all set up for touring. It's already got all the bags on it. That's something I'm into, man. Like I said, I'm into all these bikes, but that sucker caught my eye, man. The DR650s, almost as long living as the KLR 650s, although you could say even better though, because the KLR 650 actually got an update. The DR 650, unchanged forever. There can only be one winner, baby, and I would say that when it comes to not changing their motorcycles, Suzuki wins. The DR 650, when Suzuki, I tell you what, dude, when Suzuki starts making a bike, you want to talk about not changing something? Suzuki doesn't give a flying fuck, dude. They will leave a bike the same for literally ever, and they'll be like, okay, you gotta make it fuel injected now. They won't change anything, and they'll just throw a freaking throttle body on it with an injector on it instead of a carburetor. They literally are zero fucks given. Suzuki, this is my first time on a DR 650. I feel like I know everything about them just because they've been around for so long, but I just realized this is my first time riding a DR 650. Suzuki has a blue neutral light. Like, what are you guys doing? I love that it's got points on the miles. It's like, how fast are you going? Like 19.3, 20.7, 23.3. Like, Suzuki, you guys need to chill out. This isn't even an old bike, dude. This is a 2019, but the whole thing about these Suzuki DR 650s is you can take them cross country, man. Not just the Trans-American Trail, but the Transcontinental Trail. They'll take these things all the way from Alaska to the tip of Bolivia. You know what I mean? This is truly a go anywhere, do anything vehicle that has been around for so long that it's really a proven. Oh, damn, he's got rocks risers on it too. Rocks risers are awesome, dude. Some of my favorites. No wonder it's got such a good stance. There's that big old torque of the Suzuki 650 too, man. I like it. Not the same 650 as in the Suzuki Savage 650. A very different engine. Although I assume they share some things. I'm not gonna lie, dude, you look pretty tough on that thing, man. That's a tough looking bike. Again, Suzuki, man. We're on these Suzuki twins over here. The M109, another motorcycle that Suzuki was just like, we're just going to never, ever, ever change this motorcycle. Build it once and it's gonna stay the same forever. That thing is unchanged. It's a 2022. I think they've been making those things since like the mid 2000s. The DR650s they've been making since the 90s. Yeah, there's a reason these things have a reputation as wheelie machines, man. I like it though, man. This is just a bike that, again, you could get it worked on anywhere, although you probably wouldn't have to work on it yourself because it's not gonna break. But even if you did, these motors and these bikes are so freaking simple. That's why people end up taking them on stuff like the Transcontinental Trail and they go just these crazy off-road backwoods, middle of the South American jungle adventures on bikes like these, is because they're stone cold reliable, man. It ain't gonna set your world on fire, but I don't think that was its intention. You know, it is meant to just be a stone cold tool, man. The DR650, definitely a classic bike. One of those motorcycles that when people say Harley Davidson never changes and all their stuff is so old and they never update their bikes, and I'm just going, dude, have you seen literally half the stuff out of on any Japanese motorcycle website? Literally half the stuff on Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, all their websites got designed in the 1980s and they just never changed it. Yeah, they've got their sport bikes, they've got other stuff that's like top of the line, cutting edge stuff, but most of their catalog, most of the stuff they sell still has rear drum brakes and hasn't changed since freaking George Bush Sr. was president. The Suzuki DR650 is a perfect example of that. I'm not saying it's a bad bike, but just because a bike hasn't changed or a bike manufacturer doesn't change its bike super often, that also doesn't make it bad. That's always just been a really dumb argument that I've heard about Harley Davidson that didn't really make a lot of sense to me, because when you argue that, you're arguing that somebody else keeps their bikes updated, and literally almost no other bike manufacturer does, man. They just run the same shit forever and ever and ever. Here's the whole thing about a bike that doesn't change for a long time, though, that is actually really a good thing. A bike that never changes over its entire production run, that's a bike that's way easier to fix and is way easier to find parts for. So whenever people say that like it's a bad thing, first off, everybody does it, so who are you arguing for? And secondly, it's not as bad of a thing as you might think. And this is a perfect example. So is the Harley Davidson Evo Sportster and plenty of other stuff they've made as well. You might want to rethink that argument, just saying. And if you want this bike, why don't you give old Mike Branch a call up at Bert's Barracuda, man. I don't know how long this thing will stay here for. It ain't exactly the easiest bike in the world to find, especially not new ones, because they don't make a lot of them anymore. Now you can find a beat up one from 1996 fairly easily, but brand new one like this, a 2019, definitely a little harder to come by. Oh, I want to ask, I bet he traded it down to Pan America. That's funny. I bet he did. I bet he went home with the Pan America. Well, I guess we aren't stopping for gas. Fingers crossed, Shay. Fingers crossed for me, too, because Shay's got a reserve. I don't, and trust me, I've pushed this Ducati 10 miles, and I'd much rather push the Ducati 10 miles than, well, not 10 miles. I mean, that's ridiculous. I think I pushed it about 2 miles, but I'd much rather push them. It's ridiculous, 10 miles. Pushing a motorcycle 10 miles is insane. It was almost 2 miles, but still, I'd much rather push this Ducati than have to push that Sportster. Just saying. 10 miles. Talking about I pushed this Ducati 10 miles. I pushed this Ducati 10 frickin' miles. You know what? It's alright. I've always been a little more of the subscriber to don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. And I do love me a good story. What do you guys think about that bike with no front fairing on it? It was a cheapo front fairing anyway, so... Oh, there you go. I didn't want to keep it on there regardless. Look at that, the Sportster's going 150 miles an hour. Well, kilo miles per hour anyway. That's a cheap front fairing anyway, so it was never going to stay on there forever. I think Shay Lisi actually likes it better without it. I don't know, you guys vote down in the comments. What do you think looks better? Oh, I am not a car guy, but God, I love a beautiful car, man. What is this? Oh. a 560 SL in that kind of shape on the road, that's a beautiful machine right there. Oh, I gotta wait. Oh, come on, go GMC. I want to get another look at this thing. What a beautiful car. I'm a big Euro, I can't say the word I want to, I'll say I'm a big Euro LGBT plus barbecue, but when it comes to European cars, especially like 80s and early 90s Euro cars, God, I am a fan. That's my jam right there, that SL. Especially seeing one that's that well taken care of. Very cool. SLs, M series, gosh man, the 3 series from the late 80s, what a gorgeous automobile. Jaguars too, man. I don't know if I cut off my pinky toe, but I'd cut off your pinky toe to have a Jaguar XJ. Of course, not just any Jaguar XJ, I just gotta buy one, but a Jaguar XJ with a V12 in perfect running condition. I would cut off your pinky toe for that. I'm telling you, if it was made out of car and it came from Europe in the 80s and early 90s, I am a fan of it.
You want a toe? I can get you a toe. Hell, I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock this afternoon with nail polish.
Well, it's time to see if the old Trail 125 can handle this many packages. Can something this small handle a load this large? Well, not just this, because see, these might fall out, so I'm a little worried about it. So my plan is even though these are filled to overflowing, it's already got to take my fat ass and all these, is I'll just put another whole full box on top of this and strap that down. That ought to keep these in, right? Right. Huge thanks to the dude who sent us these freaking rock straps in the mail. We use these things all the time, bud. I really don't know if this is going to work. I think sometimes people think that I do know when it's going to work. I promise you I don't. I wonder if it would be better if I strapped it to the back and then put like something on top of here to hold these in. I don't see any possible way how it couldn't work. Now if I tie this to the box, yes. This is a lot of work just to make sure that it gets delivered on a motorcycle, but by God, it's worth it. Yes, why wouldn't it work? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That ain't going. That ain't going nowhere. How are we going to make sure that these don't go anywhere? This is possible. This is possible. Yes. This doesn't look suspicious at all. All right, baby. We got the load secured. We're ready to rock and roll. We got the load secured. Now I gotta put myself on it now, along with all this stuff. Fingers crossed, baby. Full throttle. Wide open, baby. Can we hit ramming speed with a full load on the Trail 125? 8.5 screaming horsepower, taking those packages right to your doorstep, or maybe right up to your back door if you like to swing that way. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I mean, fingers really actually crossed, man. I mean, I hate to put your packages in such peril after you've spent your hard-earned money on them, but this is the Brapstar way. What can I tell you? All you guys out there who bought a product from us, who bought a t-shirt or a rolling tray, one of Shay Lisi's gas caps, or some of the custom art that she's made. She's got custom Sportster gas caps out right now that are freaking amazing. Anybody who's bought one of those, I appreciate you so much, man. And you are doing the most out there to make sure that we still get to do what we do, make these videos, and hopefully provide you with a product that is absolutely worth the money you paid for it. That is our goal. But I like your products to experience a little bit of danger before I drop them off. I feel like it makes each t-shirt just a little more special to know that it was in peril before it comes to you. And not just in peril from the USPS, in peril from yours truly, Shadetree Surgeon. Peril, danger, disaster, all of these things, and maybe just a little splash of beer. That's what makes a member of Brapstar. That's what makes somebody a Shadetree Army regular, so seems like your t-shirt ought to get it too. Oh, that's why you take the Trail 125, man, that VIP parking, man. They saved this spot for me up here at USPS, man. They know how I do business. They know if I don't get this VIP parking right next to the stairs, man, I might have to go over to UPS. Actually, that's a lie, man. Like I always say, I prefer the enemy I know rather than the one I don't, and I'm actually the enemy here. I'm the bad guy in this story, and the USPS is the ever-suffering good guy. I am the Riddler to their Batman, the Cobra Commander to their G.I. Joe, the Megatron to their Optimus Prime. Yeah, that's right. You just go ahead and pretend you didn't hear me shouting about Optimus Prime. It's okay, baby. It's okay. Catch them side glances, old Shadetree surgeon. I know I do it for him. Some of those girls out there might be a little hesitant to admit their attraction to my animal magnetism, but it is undeniable, baby. Evil always triumphs because good is dumb.
Whoa! You can do manifest?
So exit, stage left.
Exit, stage left. Shadetree Army gets away with it again. I'll never print a manifest, you hear me, USPS? Never, never! So long as I'm drawing air and there's red American blood pumping through my veins, I will never do what I'm told. Never. Huge thanks to all you evildoers out there, all you members of Brapstar proudly wearing your pins, your shirts, slapping your stickers everywhere. Huge thanks to you for once again helping me keep the USPS trembling when it hears something go bump in the night. Evil rides an effeminate little 125. I wasn't foiled today, USPS. Better luck next time. Right, everybody's hard at work, working much harder than I am, by the way. We got, of course, Maria Mew, we have the Foxglove, and the mysterious Dr. Girlfriend over here, all working hard so I don't have to. And then Shade's working hard too. No, for putting you guys to work, no problem. Doing the least is the least I can do. Trust me, I always think about what the least I could do is, and then that's what I aim for. While they're all up here packing, we figured there's no better time than to take another load to the post office, because last time they yelled at me about a manifest. I'm taking too many packages at the same time, so I gotta slip in and out real quick. That'll probably make it, right? Right, okay. Yeah, that'll probably work. Probably. Taking a little longer than I expected, and I think that the workflow here is not very good.
Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that that you guys just aren't very efficient, but I'm allowing it to continue like this because I am
sweatshop.
I am a forgiving and generous master. Okay, you guys are doing just fine. I'm just kidding, man. These guys kicked ass, and literally, yeah, they're literally finished, and I couldn't do without it. And every time you see anybody on Instagram go, "Look at what I did! Look at what I did! I did this." Nobody does anything alone, and besides, doing stuff alone sounds pretty damn boring anyway. Anyone out there who experiences any kind of success and they say they did it all on their own, I will show you a liar. That is just not true. Huge thanks to all my friends who helped me out doing this. It makes me feel pretty special and very good. Make sure you go subscribe to all them on Instagram. Links down below. Till next time, y'all, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shadetree, Army! Shadetree, Army! Armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shadetree, Army! Shadetree, Army! Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shadetree, Army! Shadetree, Army! Who up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high.
Shadetree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.